Good evening. We present the news summary. PUC is still trying to identify the location of a fault on one of its cables that deprived half of Victoria of electricity for around 2 hours this morning. The fault caused interruptions in the Radio Cecil and Paradise FM radio services, as well as from Newport to around Victoria House. PUC was able to reconnect electricity to these areas by using other alternatives. The transmission and distribution manager at PUC, Daniel Hassan, says PUC has identified the area where the fault may be. This is between PUC's Power Station B and Port Substation Newport. It is a challenging area, he says, because it covers some 800 meters and most of the cables are found on the ground. If this specific spot is not located by tonight, it may take PUC another 2 days to identify and fix the fault. The 17th cohort of the Seychelles National Youth Assembly, SNYA, was inaugurated during a ceremony at the International Conference Center this morning. The cohort has 45 members from public and private secondary schools, post-secondary institutions, and all the districts. The Speaker of the National Assembly, Nicolas Preya, and the designated minister, Maxouzi Mondon, who is also responsible for the youth portfolio, also attended the ceremony. Darius Petrus, a student from the Seychelles Business Studies Academy, is the speaker of the 17 SNYA, which falls under the umbrella of the Seychelles National Youth Council.
Colleagues, today we are a seed, and we have 1 year of our mandate to grow it into a tree. This is an opportunity for us to stand together to accomplish our objectives and tasks. But let us make sure that every youth is touched by our actions. Let us seize these opportunities before us and let our voices be heard. Our future, our responsibility is our development. We, the 17th cohort, will accomplish our objectives.
The ceremony also saw the sending off of the 16th SNYA with 44 members. The members were presented with certificates and other rewards for outstanding performers. Mr. Marlon Ispawa was the speaker of the 16th cohort. He says that one of the main achievements is an ongoing voters registration project for young people.
We were asked to raise the bar, and I personally believe that we achieved it and surpassed it. Looking at you all, it gives me so much joy and so much faith in the youths. We made a promise that our task does not end here. We pledge to go out there and continue with our task of being youth ambassadors.
Various projects are expected to kickstart soon on La Digue. Digues were informed of the latest development on the projects during a consultative meeting with government representatives. The meeting was held in the presence of Vice President Vincent Meriton. The drainage project is expected to begin in 2 weeks' time, the police station in July, and the hospital project will start a bit later. Seychelles registered a deflation rate of 0.18% in May. According to the National Bureau of Statistics, this was due to the price of petrol that had an impact on the cost of electricity. Aside of this factor, the price of commodities raised by 1.07% in April and by 1.23% in May.
So in April, the inflation rate was 0.08%. There was a small inflation pressure in the economy during that month. That was the year-on-year change. And if you're comparing with the month-on-month inflation rate, there was comparing with March, there was a negative 0.61%. So the decrease in the monthly inflation rate was due to the decrease in fuel prices and electricity prices. And but if we exclude these components, which like the prices are being controlled by like outside forces, like fuel, obviously electricity, and fuel prices, it's not us that decides the price of fuel. If we exclude these products and also fresh fish, which has a seasonal component to it, The core inflation that month was 1.07%, which shows an increase. Most of the items are imported, and they are using dollars to pay for these items, and now dollars is more expensive, so it will affect the prices in the supermarket, and we will get an inflationary pressure from that. Unless we support our local businesses, and then instead of importing fruits and vegetables, we can buy it locally.
Tomorrow is World Music Day, a celebration that started in France in 1981. Seychelles has been celebrating the day for many years, and this year will not be different. L'Alliance Française is organizing a virtual concert for the public via its Facebook page. It will start at 4 p.m. for about 1.5 hours. There will be 10 artists participating, including David André and Hicham Rat. The event is to promote culture and local artists. The director of l'Alliance Française, Émilie Motu, says it is especially important to organize the event this year because of the COVID situation. This was a news summary. Thank you for your attention.